Okay, there were two pages that you guys received with 2 sides on one of them. This is a fractions review. I expect you guys to read through those fractions. I want to get through as many of these examples as possible. That was the first page that I handed out to you as I see you all floundering around. I said 3 sides. So we're not going to take the time to go over the review stuff because this is going to be your 4th time seeing these fractions. And we have to get through because certain students ruined it for other classes, but I anticipate you guys not getting through these. Or I anticipate you guys getting through these. So for the first one, you will see a situation like this in number 2, so we're going to skip number 1 because of time reasons. So you can write Smith there. So there are a couple things that we need to remember just to verbalize the fractions. These are the major concepts of dealing with fractions with inequalities or equations. The main concepts is this. When you are adding or subtracting fractions, you must have common denominators. When you are multiplying fractions, multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and then simplify. You can also simplify by cross simplification before you multiply. Then we have dividing fractions. You don't want to divide fractions. What you do want to do is multiply by the reciprocal for the second fraction. The thing that would be doing the dividing, make that a reciprocal, so you flip the numerator and denominator, and you change the sign. And we will get to that in the second page. So, for number 2, we have this variable. The first thing that I want all of you to always do is create an improper fraction, so you just have that blanket effect for all these fractions that are mixed numbers. Once again, a mixed number is a whole number, such as this, and then a fraction, such as that. So, once you make these into an improper fraction, ooh. To make an improper fraction, I'm going to rewrite it. A minus 53 fifths is less than or equal to 5 sixths. I have a subtraction problem here. Do you agree? Okay. I have a subtraction problem here. What is the inverse or opposite? What is the inverse of minus 53 fifths? Yes. Addition of what? Addition of, should we add 2 horses? Add 53 over 5 to both sides. Plus 53 fifths plus 53 fifths. Now, what a lot of you guys have made errors on the quiz is because when you have 53 fifths, you're trying to get that in here between the inequality or the equation last time. You're trying to nudge that in here. No, it needs to be put over here in the next step because 53 fifths is being added to 5 sixths. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it like that so we know to keep that going. A by itself now minus or less than or equal to 5 sixths plus 53 fifths. I'm going to take this party up here because I'm 6'3" and it's hard to bend down. Greater than, oops, that was closely. Yep. They sure do have to be the same, and that's why I stopped right there. Because we're adding fractions, so the denominators have to be the same. What is the least common denominator of 5 and 6? Keep in mind, you want to try to find one that's lower than just multiplying them together, right? Cam? 30. Yeah, we have to multiply them together. There's no denominator that's less than just multiplying well together. Multiply the numerator denominator by 6, numerator denominator by 6, oops, by 5, this one, times 5, times 5. So now we have 25 thirtieths plus 318 thirtieths. Now we have common denominator, so I can put those two together. This is 343 over 30. Not done yet. I still needed to simplify, but I'm going to pause for questions. And to make sure I'm recording. Yes, I am. Now I need to simplify that. In order to simplify that, it's already 343 divided by 30, or 343 over 30. So I'm going to create that as a question, division problem. Yes, sir? You are correct. Yep, I'm going to show how Sam just got that. 1, 30, 4, bring down 3. 30 goes into 43 once. So now I have my whole number here. My, wait, forgot to do 30 here. Remainder 13, but not instead of a remainder, this is going to be my numerator. Here's my denominator. So this is equal to 11 and 13/30. Just to move these guys to stay consistent. Get this out of there. Equals A is less than or equal to, equal sign, no. A is less than or equal to 11 and 13/30. Now I'm going to graph that. Now I'm going to graph that. Now, on your quiz on Friday, this is exactly how the layout of your questions are going to be. It just has a numbered line with lines in it. Okay, it won't have the numbers on it like homework last night and the homework tonight. So right in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and do my 11 and 13/30. Right smack dab in the middle. Then I'm just going to go ahead and do thirds. So this would be 13, 14, 15. This would be 11 and 15/30, or 11 and a half. 11, 12, 11, 10, 11 and 10/30. Just so I have some numbers around it so I can see what's going on with it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, it's over there anyway. So now I'm going to create my arrow. First thing I need to do is, does this include what we found A to be, possibly, or not? It does? Okay. How do you know it's not a circle? Because a circle on the graph would indicate not this one, but right next to it. Not this value, but right next to it. How do you know, Corey? Yeah, less than or equal to. It's this less than or equal to symbol that means that we need to put that in there. So I have a closed-in circle. And does it go to the left or the right, Sydney? The left, correct. Goes to the left. Yes, ma'am?
So, we go the opposite way that the arrow is going?
If you go the opposite way the arrow's going, okay.
You're going the opposite.
I'm going the opposite way. How am I going the opposite way?
Because,
That one, you're talking about the trick that I told you guys? Okay, well, that trick that I told you that my student is referring to is when I have my less than or equal to symbol, I could take this less than, come on, when my variable's on the left, bring it over here, blow it up, and it's going to be the same shape as the end of my arrow. Is that what you're talking about? Yep, so that's right. Can I get it back? Aha. Bring that back in. Boom. Question, Charlie? No, not really? Just a little bit? Okay. Lainey?
Can I just skip ahead?
Thank you for asking.
Check it.
Not common, though. Okay, number 1, we still have Smitty there. Number 3. Number 3. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create improper fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this as being negative 15 over 2 is plus x is less than 21 over 4. Yes? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Where are you guys going?
We're going to Alton for basketball.
Alton?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are going to get there way early then, because I know they don't get out of school until 3:30.
Alton doesn't?
Nope.
Dang.
Okay. So, in order to undo what's being done to x, what's being done to our variable, we have to do the inverse of what's here. What is the inverse or opposite of that? Charlie? Not the reciprocal, the inverse. Good luck. 15 over 2? Yes, it's a positive 15 over 2. If this is negative 15 over 2, I'm just going to do the exact opposite of it to get x by itself. And I also have to do it to this side, 15 over 2. Okay? So now I just have x on this side is less than 21 fourths plus 15 over 2. And to explain quickly, a couple of my classes are really confused about that. Why did we add 15 over 2 to that situation over there? That's because this here, 15 over 2, or negative 15 over 2 plus x, can be rewritten as x minus 15 over 2, and the opposite of this would be plus 15 over 2. And these guys would cancel each other out, leaving just x. 3, 2, 1. Now, we are adding without common denominators. We need to have common denominators before we move forward. So, what is the least common multiple? Am I going to multiply 2 times 4?
No.
No, I can do less than that. Can't I? Feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I just need to multiply these guys by 2. Bring it over here. X is less than or equal to, no, less than 21 fourths plus 30 20s, or 30 fourths, which is equal to 51 fourths. And because I know my math facts, I know that 4 times 12 is 48. So 12 and 3/4 is my inequality value. Did that kind of quick, but good. Because we've seen this before, you know? We've seen this. We've done this. You guys know this. You guys owned with your fractions homework and stuff. Right in the middle, 12 3/4. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to be 12 2/4 or 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to be 12 1/4. Yes, sir. No, because no matter how much, where you put your numbers in, like the homework tonight, or think about number 3 yesterday, 0.000 or 0.001, 1/1000th, and where did they have it? Wasn't it on 1 and it didn't go -1, 0, 1? Well, it was a lot more specific than the number line. So Either way, whether you're zoomed in or not, your graph is going to look like this. No. Nope. You have that mathematical freedom. Yes, sir. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I thought that was Freddie on the corner of my eye. Nope, that's exactly what he just asked. Nope, you're cool. You have that mathematical freedom because I'll know if you know what you're doing or not. Cool. It's a circle because it is not less than or equal to. It is just less than. Number 5, Big Smith. Number 6. I'm going to only show you what so many of you messed up on the integers quiz, fractions quiz, decimals quiz, all that stuff. Yeah. Number 4 is a Smith, I think, right? Mm-hmm. I did say number 5. I said number 4 as well. Maybe I didn't say it, but I went past it. Maybe? I don't know. All right. This here, we have a negative and then a minus sign, or minus a negative. And a double negative in English. What happens when you have a double negative in English? Yeah. Exactly. I can't not wait. So you're going to wait. Right? I am unable to not see you. So I'm able to see you. Yeah. Isn't it? So we have 2 negatives, so this just becomes r plus 1/8 is greater than or equal to 1/4. Okay? R is r plus 1/8. This is where one of my other classes had to stop, so for the kids that were quiet, I will shoot through this one real quick. You can always pause it on YouTube. To get that undone, we have to do minus 1/8. Minus 1/8. This gets rewritten as r is greater than or equal to 1/4 minus 1/8. I have to have common denominators because it's subtraction. R is greater than or equal to 2/8 minus 1/8. R is greater than or equal to 1/8. Times 2. Times 2. That's how I got that. So here's my solution. That's going to look like this. 1/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 2/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0. 1, 2, 3. So we have greater than or equal to 1/8. So they have this, so it's going to be colored in. Here's my arrow. I'm using the same color because I want to show you guys that you can have this like that with just a pencil. Do it a couple different times. Make sure you have your arrow up nice and thick. And that's a 0. Now it's a Q. That's a 0. There. Cool? I think you guys would be just fine with this. Let's get into the harder stuff. What's that? Smiths are going to be 9 and 10. Smiths are 9 and 10 on this page, folks. Smiths are 9 and 10. I'm going to set up one of these. The thing is, people are not multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay? So for this number 7, first thing I'm going to do, of course, is to create an improper fraction. 4/3 y is less than or equal to 55/18. 55/18. Vamos, con esto aquí, por favor. Said with this down, please. Now, we have y being multiplied by 4/3. Now, when I have a multiplication situation, the inverse of that is division, but we can't divide decimals because it messes up with the decimal points, and calculators, they can't represent how many numbers are in a fraction. So, Jace, what do we need to do? You multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the one that is stuck to the variable. The one that's stuck to the variable, you have to do the inverse. So I'm going to do the inverse of 4/3, which is flip the numerator denominator, 3/4. I'm going to do the same thing here, 3/4. So now I have y chilling by itself, and it's going to be 55 times 3 straight across, 18 times 4 straight across. I can reduce here. What can I reduce? Okay, I heard somebody say it. Yeah, what you got? 3 and 18. I can reduce those two so I don't have to do it later. I'm going to divide both of those by 3. So now I have 55 over 6 times 1/4. Isn't that much easier than doing 18 times 4 and 55 times 3? So now I have 55 18ths. No, 24ths. 55 24ths. Which simplifies to 2 and 7 24ths. Y is less than or equal to 2 and 7 24ths. 2 and 7 24ths. To graph that, 2 and 7 24ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 2 and what do we want to do there? What do you want to do?
24.
Nope, I can't go this direction and get smaller.
8.
Just 8? Just 8? All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now you got it. 6/24. The bottom line is no matter how much we're zoomed in on this, we're still going to have the same shape of dot or circle and direction of the arrow. Ms. Corrick? The only time that we flip the symbol is whenever we are multiplying or dividing by a negative, and that's what we're going to do with number 11. Yes, sir? What's the answer? Filled in circle? Okay, filled in circle. To the left. Now for number 8, I'm just going to show you what the reciprocal would be. I'm going to show you just what the reciprocal is going to be because I want to be able to do the next two. To get the variable by itself on this one, and I expect you all to be able to finish. I expect you all to finish this before the notes are collected. This here, x over 5, is the same thing as saying 1/5 times x. X is being divided by 5, but it's also, you could say that 1/5 x is less than or equal to 91/12. Okay? That's what that's actually saying. So 1/5 x, how do we get x by itself? Yeah. There we go. Multiplying by the reciprocal of the one that's stuck to x. So we have 5 over 1. 5 over 1, but it's also, yeah, it's positive, so we're cool. So that would leave x here, and this is where I'm going to stop this one. X here, which is 91 over 12 times 91 over 12 times 5, which would be 455 twelfths. Simplify that, graph it, and that's how you do that. Yes, ma'am.
Like, what if you don't put the 1? Like, is it wrong?
You don't put this one?
Yeah.
If you don't put that one and you just have it like this? Would you know to not have the denominator touched? Yeah? Sure. As long as you would have this 455 twelfths to be able to simplify in the graph, which comes out to be, 37 and 9 twelfths? Okay. Smith is on number 9 and 10, unless you're in 6th period, which you have to do this one. It wasn't a nice day. Here we have 5 being multiplied by a. Yes, sir.
When we have to simplify to 3.
Number 8? Yeah, I'm moving along, though, because I want to get it. Well, it is simplified. I did 37 and 9/12.
You do 37.
Oh, yep, you're right. Yep. I'm just trying to move along so I can have these 2, because these are the 2 where 70% of the homework is about. We have to rewrite this. We have 5a, and that's way too skinny. Let's fatten that baby up. Here we go. Negative 5a is greater than or equal to negative 9 halves.
Did he say halves?
Halves.
Oh, I thought you said halves.
In order to undo this one is tricky, okay? In order to undo this, what's happening? How do we undo what's happening to a? Divided by 5, but why am I kind of being about that? Because it's yes, okay, we're going to have to divide it. Okay, we're going to have to divide it. So let's look at this. We're dividing, so boom here. Okay, so now a is here. There's a negative, so as Lainey just noticed, we have to flip the sign, because that's what you had to memorize from before. We have to flip the sign. So now we have 9 halves divided by what? 5, which is 5 over 1. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do, Jace?
Wouldn't you change the sign to a multiplication sign and switch the last fraction?
Yep, I have to do this, and I have to flip this. That's what we learned on Monday, because we can't divide fractions. So it's going to be a is less than or equal to negative 9 halves times 1/5. Negative 1/5, yes, sir. Why would you switch the first one? You only switch the second fraction.
Okay.
The second fraction. You can look back at your notes on that when we learn about fractions. Just the second fraction. Yes, ma'am? I could do this, but I just would be afraid that you guys would confuse these two. Just for clarification.
So we can't
You can do the x for that one. You can do the x for that one. Just as long as you can read it, it's fine. Okay? And I can read it when it's a test or quiz. Okay? All right. So we have 9 times 1 is 9. 2 times 5 is 10. The correct answer is A is less than or equal to 9/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is also 4/5. Barbecue sauce. Let's do some crazy. Let's do pink. A big fat pink marker. Let's do that. More colors. Let's do pen. A lighter shade of pink, like this. Okay, it is less than or equal to, so I'm coloring it in, and it is less. Looks like a pig. It's a beautiful color, pink piggy. Okay. All right. So I want to set up what you have for number 12, and I'm going to pass out the homework. Yes, ma'am. Quickly, go. All right, we're done. We're almost done. I'm going to continue using this beautiful pink. Okay? Going to continue using this. Now we have negative 1/8 divided by or times r. In order to get r out of the way, what are we going to do, Max? Try to keep you awake, bud. I see you struggling. We're almost done. Good. Is it just 8 over 1? We got to keep it negative. Yep. We got to keep it the opposite of this class, which is negative. I'm trying to say that you guys are a positive class. I've been very outspoken about that. Now, we have a negative that is being multiplied or divided, so we have to flip the sign. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I
Okay, there was just a lot of confusion about that. I'm going to go back in time 2 days. Boom. When you multiply and divide by a negative number, you must reverse. No, there's going to be more and more of this color.
No, it's irritating.
How is it irritating? It's irritating.
That color is just really like fast.
Okay. All right, back to present day. We know how to multiply these fractions together.
Yes, we do.
R is less than or equal to negative 8 over 4, which is equal to negative 2. You could. Watch what happens when you cross simplify. I could have cross simplified, which would be wow.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to cross simplify here. I'm going to divide that by 4, which would make this be 1 over 1 times negative 4 over, whoa. Negative 2. Thank you. Goodness. I'm too fired up. I'm fired up. Okay, let's graph this, then we're done. This one is the easiest graph that you can do. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 3, and the reason why it's going like that is because we are dealing with negative numbers here, people. On the number line, the 0 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, which would mean everything in this direction would be negative. So we have, what's open? Nothing's open. It's not. I don't have a circle yet. Okay. Hey. Lead by example. 6th period has to watch this video to get these examples. So let's show them how well we... So here is negative 1, but that's wrong. Here's negative 2. It's a closed-in circle. The variable's on the left, so that means I can just follow the same direction as my... Okay? That's all she wrote. Yeah.